It, thank you, Dr. Yates. Well, first of all, it's so wonderful to see so many of you here this evening, not only students, but also family members. I have two gallery views that I have to navigate between right now. So that's fantastic. So welcome everyone to our virtual Commencement 2025. We are so proud of our graduating students and so pleased to be celebrating you tonight. And I'm just seeing like, Camilla, you're looking at your daughter, and it's such a special occasion, and you all have put in so much time and effort to be here, because we all know that you're doing this with busy lives, with navigating a lot, and so your dedication to the program and passion of creativity, we're just very excited to celebrate this evening. So welcome. And I'd like to start off just to introduce our faculty. I have them say a little hello and welcome. So we have Dr. Puccio here this evening.
Hello, all. Welcome, welcome. We're excited about celebrating your accomplishment through this virtual reception. Thanks for joining us.
We have Dr. Roger Firestein.
Good to see you all. It's a pleasure to be with you, and very excited about you going out into the new world. So happy to be here. Welcome.
We have Dr. Melody Aziaprak.
Hi, congratulations, everyone. It's great to see the smiling faces. Thanks for being here.
Dr. Sue Keller-Mathers.
Hello, everyone. I will miss everybody that's graduating. And those of you who are family members, I bet you'll be glad to have a bit more time with them. So congratulations to all.
We have Dr. David Yates.
Hello, everyone. I'm especially excited to see all the UVI folks who I was fortunate to have when they started their journey when they were much younger than they are now.
And you were too, right?
Yeah.
It's all relative, right? Excellent. And Dr. Udez.
Hi, it's really great to see some of you see faces for some of you that I've only spoken with by email. And I know the names, but now I see some faces to go with them.
Wonderful. Thank you. So again, it's really wonderful to see so many family members, perhaps some friends in the room, and you are so critical to the journeys of these students and supporting them throughout their time in the program. Perhaps when you heard that your daughter or son was relative was taking a major in creative studies, you might have said, what in the world are you thinking? But we hope that you learned about the program, throughout their time. And so probably, something about the origins of the program, but we'd like to start off with a little video that speaks to the origins of the program. And so for family members who might not be so familiar with how we started and where we've come from there, as well as just reminding current students the lineage that you're becoming a part of. So Dr. Gates, could you please share that video?
Today, probably more than ever, organizations and scholars all over the world recognize creative thinking as the essential life skill for the future. Creativity is now in every part of our lives. But where did it all start? About 70 years ago, the study of creativity became the central occupation of one single man, a visionary, Alex Osborne. The O in the advertising agency BBDO was looking for creative thinkers in his future advertising executives. Those creative thinkers were very hard to find, mainly because people had never been trained in creative thinking before. Thus, Alex Osborne set on a quest to help people develop their creative thinking. He first designed the now famous brainstorming technique, which helped, but it wasn't enough. Just a tool wasn't going to help people become more creative, so he also invented a process for deliberate creativity. After the publication of Alec's book, Applied Imagination, the interest in creativity became so widespread that he decided to host a formal Creative Problem-Solving Institute, CPSI, in Buffalo, New York. Dr. Sidney Parnes at the University of Pittsburgh heard about this institute, and only days before it was scheduled to begin, took a chance and drove from Pittsburgh to Buffalo, hoping that he was not too late to enroll. Sid successfully enrolls at the last minute and attends the Creative Problem-Solving Institute. As he's driving back home to Pittsburgh, he has to stop the car frequently to write down ideas on how he can apply what he's learned. He then meets Alex Osborne and promises that he will implement what he's learned. The collaboration between the two eventually resulted in the development of the Osborne-Parnes creative problem-solving process. Together, they began to move the field forward, to infuse creative education into mainstream education. They introduced creativity courses at the University at Buffalo. But they were living in a time when creativity was not considered a serious subject. The courses were limited to the university's non-credit night school program. In 1967, Sid Parnes enlisted the help of his colleague, Dr. Ruth Knoller, an esteemed mathematics professor at the University of Buffalo. Together, they set out to validate that creativity could be taught and deliberately nurtured. Together, having relocated to Buffalo State, they built the first academic program in creativity in the history of the world. Though the quest now seemed to be complete, something was missing. The academic world still mocked their view on creativity. They refused to recognize the program as formal education. The final step of their quest seemed impossible. Sid and Ruth had put their hearts into the quest. They felt discouraged and exhausted. But then, suddenly something changed. Bolstered by the success that their students told them about how the program helped change their lives, a new idea was born in their amazing visionary brains. What if they could prove once and for all that creativity could be taught? More determined than ever, they launched the largest scale study ever conducted on the trainability of creative thinking. When they were done, the Creative Studies Project proved beyond any doubt that training in creativity impacted people in more positive ways than any of them could imagine. People were changing their lives and changing the world. The academic world now had to accept this evidence, and Buffalo State approved the center's undergraduate and master's program. Since then, the International Center for Studies in Creativity has been in the hands of great people, continuing to research, teach, and develop creativity and creative thinking, not just in the United States, but around the world. Every day for the past 50 years, the International Center for Studies in Creativity has continued its never-ending quest of igniting creativity around the world. My name is Roger Firestein, and I feel honored to have been a part of this journey for 40 years. The journey continues. Let's meet in class.
Thank you, Dr. Yates. I love the reactions happening, and feel free to post in the chat throughout the evening, and post reactions as well, or just smile. That's wonderful. Also, so yeah, we are truly standing on the shoulders of giants, and that legacy just continues as we continue to have graduating cohorts such as yourselves who go out into the world and realize Ruth and Sid's vision with the program. So with that, we will get into our formal agenda for this evening. And that's a nice lead into the Alumni Achievement Award. So this is an award that we give out each year to an outstanding alumni. And I'm sure there are past names that you recognize. One of them is in the room, actually. Dr. Firestein received it, I believe, 2 years ago. Is that right?
I believe so. Yes, 2 years. Yes, thank you. Yes.
And these individuals are those who really live out our mission which is igniting creativity around the world. So we couldn't think of a better recipient this year than Marisha Cesarski. And she will speak to her accomplishments, but she was not able to be here this evening. She's on a flight from I believe from Toronto. And so she expressed her apologies. She'll mention that in her video, but she'll deliver a keynote this evening for the ceremony. So Dr. Gates, once again, would you share that video with us?
Hello, graduating class of 2025, parents, faculty, and friends. It's such a pleasure to be with you, even though I'm not with you in person. As you listen to this, I'm flying somewhere over Canada from Vancouver back to my home in Toronto. I truly wish I could be with you to celebrate your achievements of graduating with a master's in creativity and change leadership in real time. Congratulations to you all. I also want to thank the faculty for the honor to speak with you and to be recognized for my work in creativity and to be amongst the amazing alumni of the year who've come before me. It's humbling and I'm really moved, especially because I never imagined this would be my path. When I first heard about the Masters in Creativity and Change Leadership, it was during a coffee in downtown Toronto with Janice Francisco, an esteemed alumni. I was exploring grad programs a couple of years after graduating from business school and having spent time in corporate Canada. Most options didn't quite fit. Then Janice started to describe this program. She also had the opportunity while in the program to work with Blair Miller and Sarah Thurber. I remember saying, wait a second, this sounds like something I'd really love. So she encouraged me to talk to Dr. Cindy Burnett, and after one conversation, I knew it. This is where I needed to be. So in 2026, I packed up my car and found myself driving that 90-minute stretch between Toronto and Buffalo, stepping into my first class with Dr. Mary Murdoch. The room was filled with brilliant, curious people from around the world. Turkey, Australia, Denmark, England, the US, and a few Canadians just like me. I looked around the room and thought, my goodness, this is not just an academic program. There's something really special here. But I'll be honest with you, sitting there on day one, I felt a little bit like a fraud. I came from the very serious world of business. What was I doing in a creativity program? I thought to myself, I'm not creative. Maybe they made a mistake in letting me in. And then something started to crack open. Dr. Murdoch introduced us to the creative process and built so much context around it. Suddenly, I felt like I was drinking water from a year's thirst. I realized I've been creative all along. I just didn't have the place where that creativity was recognized or nurtured. I also didn't have the language to describe my own creativity. In business school, I was taught to defend my thinking to the grave. We could ask questions, but doubt was a weakness. I loved my business school education, but I had to start to unlearn some of that in my program. The same for my corporate years in marketing. I was told to hit targets, which were handed from the top down. No space for exploration and curiosity. That was for the ad agency only. And when I tried to include our sales team or the manufacturing group in creative conversations, I was told, don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. It all felt so very wrong. Then I came here and understood why those ways of working weren't working. There was a low level, or maybe high level of hostility to the creative climate dimensions. And they weren't really interested in true collaboration. That's when I started to learn about divergent and convergent thinking. I learned that creativity is useful. It's not just novel. It solves real problems that we face. And while I was doing this, I was having so much fun in the classroom. not out of the classroom, but actually in the classroom. I remember laughing in Dr. Murdoch's class as she acted out the difference between when she would say divergent thinking and then convergent thinking. And every time all of us started to get up and get out of our seats and join her. We even had sticky notes with little naps printed on them to place on our desks when we needed a mental timeout. Not because we were napping, or at least not all of us, but because this program honored the natural rhythms of human thinking. What struck me most was the humility of this faculty. There was no sage on the stage. We were co-learners in real dialogue. They respected and wanted to hear about all the experience that got us here. That kind of collaborative spirit runs through the whole program. People share generously. Papers, frameworks, ideas, it's all fair game. I came from a world of intellectual property where sharing was discouraged, or at least it cost you a lot of money to access and use. Here it's about building on each other's work and giving back. How beautiful is that? When I graduated 2 years later, just like you are today, I knew this was just the beginning. I wanted to stay connected, attend conferences, read the works of others, and keep learning because this program isn't a moment, it's a movement, and now you're a part of it. Back in 2006, when I told the US Border Patrol I was doing a master's in creativity, and that's why I was driving to Buffalo, they'd look at me a little bit sideways, maybe even laugh. What, they'd ask? They did frantically Google it to see if it was a real thing. But over the past decade or so, the world has finally caught on to us. No longer do we have to hide creativity in the corner because people and business leaders recognize it's a strategic necessity. And more importantly, it's a way of being. You spent the last 2 years not just doing creativity, but being creative. You've built emotional intelligence, learned to lead with empathy, developed your own unique creative superpowers, worked collaboratively and creatively, and learned about the power of the different stages and energies of the creative thinking process. And now you're ready to build on all of that and put it into the world. When I graduated, I pivoted my business completely. It's now 23 years old. I saw clearly at the time leaders needed to understand how to lead creative projects and teams and build creative cultures. And often what people were calling innovation, and I heard this a lot, it was really about creativity. Innovation's the scaling or the commercializing part. Creativity's the spark. It's the human ingenuity. Without that creative spark, there's nothing to scale. Since then, I've had the pleasure of leading and delivering programs all over the world. And while they often have innovation in the title, I know that really what I am developing in these leaders is a creative capability. And because without it, none of the frameworks that we're working on would actually work. So now we're in the age of AI. And while it's a very exciting frontier, it's also a reminder that human ingenuity and creativity matters more than ever. Machines can synthesize, they can now at rapid speed put out so much content, but humans actually create. And now you know how to unlock that in yourselves and others. Creativity shows up everywhere, in workplaces, in communities, in families. My son, who's now 15, is wildly creative. He hasn't done this program. And if I hadn't done this program, I may not have recognized it. He's a handful for sure, but a brilliantly original one. And I love every bit of it. My job as a parent is to just get out of his way and protect and nurture that creativity from the systems that want to tame it. So whatever your pathway is now, corporate, educational, entrepreneurial, sports, in communities, remember creativity belongs there, and you belong there as a creative leader. Let me leave you with this. Your immediate cohort is very powerful, but your true cohort now includes a global network of creative change leaders. Stay connected, come to conferences, keep learning, keep creating, and someday, maybe 5, 10, 15 years from now, I hope I'm watching you give this speech as an Alumni of the Year. Congratulations, class of 2025. The world needs what you've learned here, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. Thank you so much, and I will see you on your journey.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, certainly, I'm sure you all can see why she received the award, and she's just such an inspiration, such a powerhouse, and so we'll have to share this recording with her. I'm sure she'd love to see us all, celebrating, and I'll also share the comments in the chat because I know she was a bit heartbroken that she couldn't be here.
Wow, look at you.
And that's a perfect segue into an individual that she spoke about, and that is Mary Murdoch. So at this point, we'll shift from celebrating our alumni to celebrating our current students. And part of that is that we give annual awards, one of which is the Mary Murdoch Creative Spirit Award. So Dr. Keller Mathers, I'll turn it over to you to speak to this award and the recipients for this year.
Thank you. Yes, that was a great segue because as she talked about that first class with Dr. Murdoch, Dr. Murdoch was a master teacher, but it went so far beyond that, where she could recognize the talent in each student. And she had this positive attitude. And she really felt it was important for people to produce in their own way and their own time. And so when this award came up, I think it was endowed within 2 days. In other words, those students, former students, alumni, they gave to this award in honor of her so that we could honor other people who would emulate those particular characteristics. So if you'll go to the next slide. This year, we have 5 amazing, amazing creative spirits. So this award is not about academic or intelligence, but I tell you what, these are 5 powerhouses. It's about that creative spirit. So for example, Chris, after every class, Chris would stay after and ask these really beautiful questions. And so I say Chris is probably the most curious person I know. So then I picked up a card that Chris had given me. And I went, oh my gosh, this is so funny because he speaks in this beautiful card that he made by hand and says, thank you for always giving me the opportunity to open the door to my curiosity by thoughtfully answering all my questions at the end of class. So that gives you an idea of what someone like Chris is. Just really, really has that creative spirit. Kia is amazing as well because Kia has all these personal and professional responsibilities that are always done in a way that's joyful and full of life. And what I love, and let me speak to in class again for a minute, because when she comes on Zoom, she has all these beautiful children books behind her that talk about diversity and caring. And it always cheers me up when I see that. And that's the kind of person that Kia is. Arjun from Denmark, I don't think he's here today. It is the middle of the night for him, got up in the middle of the night with us and was always giving. Flew over to do a graduate student session, research session at a conference, came over to the Creative Problem Solving Institute, and was always that learner that was enthusiastic moving forward. Nicole Wagner, and I know Nicole is with us. You know, she is the director of stream programming now for a school in Buffalo. And I just love her path. It's a passion, wanting to give back, and also strong leadership. And I can see you as a superintendent one day, Nicole, which makes me very happy. And Jennifer. And I'm not sure Jennifer's with us today, but she loves to play as an adult. And what I found about her, and this is also talks about others as well, there are these layers of talent that when you first meet them, you see a talent, and then, wow, there's another one and another one. From creative problem solving to different media that she worked on, drawing and doodling, fabric and cooking. And so our alumni as a whole, and especially those who win the Murdoch Award, have, as I said, those layers of talent, and they're multidimensional. And it's very, very inspiring. And Dr. Murdoch, who is no longer with us, would be nodding and saying, "Yep, this is great." They carry on that legacy of the creative spirit. Thank you, Melody. I mean, Molly.
Thank you, Dr. Keller-Mathers, and congratulations to all of those recipients. I know, I believe Jennifer is at a conference this evening, which is why she couldn't attend, and which speaks to
That says a lot. Yep.
This award, yes. So, thank you so much, Dr. Keller-Mathers, to speaking to all these wonderful individuals. So another award we are pleased to offer each year is the Parnes and Knoller Scholarship, and Dr. Puccio will announce the winners for this year.
Thank you, Dr. Hollinger. So earlier, Dr. Hollinger had our origin story shared with you, and she made a reference to that story in terms of how we stand on the shoulders of giants. In 2017, we celebrated our 50th anniversary at Buffalo State. We are a pioneering program, and pioneering programs need pioneers to help establish those programs. And so this award, these scholarships, honor those ancestors who fought the fight. As Bee Parnes, the wife of Sid Parnes, one of our two founding faculty members, who was very much involved in his life and his work, referenced in the 1970s, creativity was a dirty word on campus. As you saw in the whiteboard animation, there were the critics, there were the doubters, and Sid and Ruth really were passionate and believed with every fiber of their being. They believed in the importance of this work and this field. So we've been able to establish in their honor, Sid and Ruth. Let's go to the next slide, Molly, so we can see their photos. You saw the whiteboard animation of the two. Here are photos, faculty photos. They really spearheaded and established with real courage this program. So we literally would not be here today if these two individuals did not see the benefits of a creative education. Let's go to the next slide. They were the torch bearers for creativity. And so a number of years ago, we established the scholarship. I'm pleased to announce the 5 scholarship award winners for 2024-2025. We have, for family members who are not familiar with the breadth of our program, I'm going to highlight just briefly the population from within our community, the population of students that each of these recipients comes from. So Alyssa Bump first is in the graduate certificate program. She is from Fredonia, New York, a colleague within the State University of New York system. She works in the area of student leadership at Fredonia, and this is simply going in alphabetical order. She's the first of 5 recipients of the Parnes Knoller Scholarship for 2024-2025. Next, we have a campus-based student. I failed to mention Alyssa's in the graduate certificate program for distance students. Alexa Hefner successfully completed her oral presentation as part of the comprehensive examination. Yesterday, she's a math educator in the Buffalo Public Schools system. She is incorporating her creativity and creative problem-solving skills within the arena of education. Home program student who will receive her Master of Science degree. Next recipient, third population within our graduate program. You heard reference earlier to our connection to the University of Virgin Islands, which began 8 years ago. As students move through their PhD program at the University of the Virgin Islands, they can choose from, I believe it's 3 concentrations or 3 tracks within which to create a certificate experience for themselves. There are many University of Virgin Island students who are with us today, so shout out to all of those students. Keen and Abigail Phillip selected the creativity track. She will complete her PhD in creativity and change leadership and also receive her graduate certificate in creativity and change leadership from Buffalo State. Next, we have Christopher Kurt von Spitzer. It's always really impressive when people have multiple names, right? I think I need to adopt the strategy myself. Chris is in our distance program. He's an educator, a multi-talented educator. Dr. Kelly Mathers showed off one of the cards that she received from Chris. I can tell you from personal experience as well, he does make absolutely the best thank you card. So shout out to Chris and congratulations to him for receiving one of our Parnes Noller scholarships for 2024 and 25. And our last recipient, Robel Young, who is an entrepreneur out of New York City. She is in our distance program. Again, you can see the breadth of our program. Robel is in the master's degree program pursuing her degree and is likely to finish her degree in 2026. Congratulations to all of you. I hope you take it as a point of pride to have Parnes and Noller associated with your name. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Puccio, and again, congratulations to all the Parnes Noller Scholarship recipients. So our last award is the Roger Firestein Family Creative Achievement Award. And of course, I'll turn that over to Dr. Firestein to announce, to speak to the award and also announce this year's recipient.
Molly, thank you very much. Hello, Nicole, and congratulations. On behalf of our family, I'm delighted and honored to give you this award. I want to tell you a little bit about the person who this award is named after. As Dr. Hollinger began today, she talked about friends and family who might be wondering about what this degree in creativity was about in the year 2025. Well, in the year 1978, when I first came to Buffalo, there was no idea of what this creativity stuff was about. But my dad and my mom on our farm in Colorado said, well, if this is what he wants to do, let him go and do it. And my parents have encouraged me all along the way. We lost Dad in a car accident in 2004, and we recast the name in his honor after that. My father was an extraordinarily creative man. Those of us of you that are in agriculture are farmers, and to be a farmer, he was a farmer, and to be a farmer, you have to be incredibly creative. So, Nicole, I have your letter here of application in front of me, and I want to read a few of the things that you mentioned, and I'd like to just call them out. First off, your award aligns directly with our award for devotion to family. And you mentioned that in your letter. And this hasn't been easy for you. You've had some obstacles to this path. You put off your education to raise your first child, and then your second and your third. And during this time, your husband, who was born with a retinal eye disease, began to lose his vision, forced to retire. You helped him to learn to live a new life and to create and thrive within that. So your creativity happened at that level right there. You divided your time between helping your children in school succeed and helping your husband with any reading difficulties he had. When your youngest child was a sophomore in high school, you decided to go back to school. And as you said, you took the plunge and enrolled in your first college course. And you completed your bachelor's degree in 3.5 years. Now, let me just understand here. You have 3 children, you're taking care of a wonderful husband, and you're doing this in 3.5 years. And you often took courses during the summer, 5 to 6 courses at a time. And you were also working as a full-time teacher's aide. I don't know, did you expand time here or something? I don't know. Well done. While you were working as a teacher's aide, you noticed that you were just a natural when it came to teaching, and so you earned your degree in elementary education. You learned how to use your own innate creativity in designing lesson plans. And then you taught educational courses, and then you came upon our program here, and you said, how can I be a good teacher without a background in creativity education? As Dr. Keller Mathers mentioned, you're the director of STREAM programs at Nativity McGill School of Buffalo. And now your goal is to lead a school and bring creativity to the forefront of the learning that takes place there. I want to second Dr. Keller Mathers' response in saying, you're going to be an extraordinary superintendent someday. So Nicole, on behalf of my mother, on behalf of my father, and on behalf of my sister and myself, it's our honor to give you the Firestein Family Creative Achievement Award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Well, round of applause for all our scholarship recipients. And Dr. Firestein, you are just getting more and more sentimental.
Oh my God. He was a very, very special man. So
Yes, for good.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Congratulations to all. All right. Well, so now we come to the point in the evening where we get to recognize our wonderful graduates, students. Give me 1 second. Keep clapping while while I bring this up.
Drum roll, drum roll.
All right, here we go. All right, so congratulations to the class of 2025 for the Creativity and Change Leadership Program. And I'm so pleased to have the honor of introducing our graduates and recognizing your accomplishments. So first of all, we have Camilla Cook. And she has earned her graduate certificate in creativity and change leadership, also the micro-credential. She is currently in Connecticut, but you know, has throughout the program been in the Netherlands, and so has really had navigated the program through significant life changes. So wonderful to see all the support that you have today in the room, the room in quotation marks. And so we asked each of our graduates, what's your biggest takeaway from the program? And Camila said, I've adopted a growth mindset. I have the tools and curiosity to approach any challenge that comes my way. So congratulations to Camila. Then we have Louise. So she is graduating with her MS in Creativity and Change Leadership. She's in Ohio. And has connected to creativity scholars in Ohio, like Jane Pierto. So commend you on that. And also wonderful to see your family members here this evening. And her biggest takeaway from this program was, I have a much richer understanding of the study of creativity, what tools are used to measure creativity, and creative techniques to help myself and others solve complex problems. Then we have Ulrich Elliott, and he is one of our Virgin Islands students. He is earning his advanced graduate certificate in creativity and change leadership. And his biggest takeaway from the program is that it's changed my urgency in collaborating to resolve vexing challenges. Then we have Kia Glimpse Smith, also a scholarship recipient, again earning her graduate certificate as part of the larger PhD program through the Virgin Islands. And I will say I'm very pleased to be serving as a committee member on her dissertation. She's looking into some very, very meaningful problems and how to solve those through creativity, through empowering women in sort of minority spaces. So just very meaningful work that you're doing. She's in Tennessee, and her biggest takeaway is that she no longer sees creativity as a skill I see it as who I am. Wow, very beautiful. And we have Desiree. So again, I've had the pleasure of working with Desiree. You are such a dynamic individual, and she is in Maryland. Her biggest takeaway from the program is that she's been transformed as a reflective leader and educator. Congratulations, Desiree. We have Jareen, so another UBI student. She is from St. Croix Island. So again, speaking to the international nature of the program. Oh, I don't think we have a big takeaway from you. Jareen, did you have a big takeaway? I know you're in the room.
I thought I did.
My apologies to put you on the spot. So, can you speak to something that you want to communicate to everyone? That's your big.
Yeah, indeed, I've been transformed by this program, and I see everything now through a problem-solving perspective.
Oh, very nice. Thank you. And congratulations. We also have Michelle Nafla, and she has earned her graduate certificate as well. She's in Arizona, and her big takeaway is solving problems creatively. So I think we're seeing a theme here. And then we have Nora Osman, who was recent. She is a newlywed, so congratulations, Nora. She is from Syracuse, and her biggest takeaway is that it has helped her mature, understand life and real problems, and how to actually tackle any issue that she comes across. It's helped with a recent career shift and finding peace in her personal life, comfort, and a safe place in her work life. Then we have Alidi Reyes Thackeray, and she earned her master's. Congratulations, Alidi. She just completed her master's project, so big congratulations on that, coming from New York. And her biggest takeaway is that this degree has shifted how she sees herself from someone who supports change to someone who leads it. That's fantastic. And then we have Sophie Tversky, who again earned her master's in creativity and change leadership. She is from Australia, and her big takeaway is that over the last 2 years, she's explored how to navigate, leverage, and lead in complexity, and to harness that complexity to drive outcomes and meaningful engagement, both personally and in organizations. We have Ardrina Scott Elliott, Ulrich's better half, if you will, who has again earned her graduate certificate as part of the broader PhD program at University of the Virgin Islands. And her big takeaway is that this program has reinforced how empowering it can be to keep an open mind and think outside of the box. All right, so let's give a big round of applause to our graduates. Congratulations. We know this is not an easy path and all that you've put into it. So we commend you and celebrate you and know that you're going to go off and do great things. And to that end, I want to turn it over to each of our faculty members in turn to give an individual congratulations. So we'll start with Dr. Sue Keller-Mathers.
Well, I just need to say thank you to everyone. Again, for the faculty, for the family members, but for the graduates, this journey starts now. And we hope that your connection to us, like Marissa's, is strong and continues, and that we hear back. I was telling people the other day at the comprehensive exam meetings, I said, you know, when you do things in life, send us an email, because I could be grading papers and that email will just absolutely keep me going and keep my energy high to know the great things you're doing. So thank you, and the journey begins.
Thanks, Dr. Keller-Mathers. How about Dr. David Yates?
David, I believe you're muted, friend.
Yeah, there we go. Hello again. Thanks. Thanks, Roger. When you all started our program, we told you it would change your life, that you would not only be more creative, that you would be a better person. And so we hope that that has come true for you, like it has for the other 700 plus graduates of our program. God bless you and good luck, and go out and change the world.
Yay. How about Dr. Joe Udis?
I'm just so proud of everyone, because most of us have been through the same program that you've been through. And so we know exactly what you've done. And we can be very proud of you and very happy for you that you've completed this wonderful thing.
Thanks, Dr. Udis. Dr. Firestein.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I've been in this field for a long time, and I believe I was the 7th graduate of the program. And now to see over 700, I couldn't tell you about how happy I am. I'm so overjoyed. I have not met many of you in person. I've met some of you in person. I am emeritus now, and the reason why I keep coming back, and this wonderful faculty of people keeps allowing me to come back, is because of the joy I get to see with all of you. As all of my colleagues have mentioned, this is the beginning of a journey. This is a life journey, and you have a responsibility now. There's not many people in the world that have the training that you have, that have the knowledge, that have the skills, that have the ability to solve problems the way you do. So it's your responsibility to go out there and help to make the world a better place. And I have every confidence in the world that you will do it. Congratulations, graduates, from the bottom of my heart. It's an honor.
Thanks, Dr. Firestein. Dr. Oziprak.
Congratulations to our graduates. It was a pleasure to hear your accomplishments and your transformation. It was just so inspiring and motivating to hear. Congrats.
Thank you. And Dr. Puccio. Oh, muted.
That was such a brilliant start, too. Gerard, take 2. So let's put this accomplishment into perspective. I don't know what the statistics are around the world, at least I don't have them committed to memory, but in the US, something like 33% of US citizens hold bachelor's degrees. Something like 13% hold master's degrees. Something pretty close to way under less than 1%, 0.0000000. You can go on for a very long time, hold a degree or certificate in creativity. You are in a very rare and special community. As Dr. Firestein mentioned, you have a unique set of skills. As Dr. Keller Mathers mentioned, the journey is just beginning. We at the Center for Applied Imagination have a very grand, bold mission to ignite creativity around the world, and we're a small department of about a dozen faculty. So we need your help. We need you to live out, to share broadly, to inject creativity into others, in your families, in your communities, at work. You've got the degree, you've got the skills, more importantly, you've got creative leadership attitudes. We're excited about the difference you're going to go out and make in the world. You're already, many of you, making a difference already. So congratulations. I look forward to watching you grow and be even more successful in the future. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Puccio. So I'll echo that sentiment. And when I was in the program, I believe it was Dr. Puccio who said, we're not educating students, we're creating colleagues. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. I guess perhaps I took that a bit more literally than most. But I truly believe that, and I hope that all of you stay connected with our community as you go out and, leave the nest and do amazing things in the world. So let's have one more round of applause for all of the scholarship recipients, all of the graduates, for all of the family who have been there through the ups and downs over the years. And we invite you all to stick around, who would like to just sort of chat and reflect. Otherwise, you have put in the time, put in the effort, go out and celebrate, have a drink, enjoy your Friday evening. But for those of you who'd like to stick around, we'll stick around as well, and would love to continue the conversation. And we hope that the conversation continues over the years as well. So congratulations to all.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations.
We miss you already.
Wait, can we take a picture really quick?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good idea. And I know many of you, or some of you, will be on campus for commencement tomorrow. So we look forward to celebrating with you on campus. And if you are on campus, keep in mind there's a reception right after the commencement ceremony. Don't skip out on the reception. Faculty will be looking forward to taking photos by the Bengal tiger statue out in front of Butler Library with you.
Yes, and all the parents too, and family members.
Yes.
If you're there, come meet us there.
And we can take a picture, so we'll do, as I said, I have 2 gallery views, so we'll do the first one and the second one. So for the first one, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1 and take a picture. So, but everybody smile just in case. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. All right, looking good. Camila, put your hand up.
I think David got everybody in it, Molly. He put it in the chat. I think David got the whole group in one shot because,
he's a wizard. He's a wizard.
Okay.
Impressive.
David's got it covered. Okay. Thank you, David.
Yeah. So before you go, if you want the picture, get it out of the chat. You can download from the chat.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here. So we'll formally end things, but for those who want to stick around, we would love to chat with you. So congratulations, well deserved. We are so proud.
Well deserved. Nicole, there's going to be a certificate coming your way soon. Congratulations.
You have to take the hot gowns off now. Just